a Japanese plane screams through the sky, not maneuvering but committing, heading straight for an American ship. Smoke, fire, and catastrophic chaos erupt on deck. This was not a regular attack. This was the first organized kamikaze strike, the Banzai charge launched from the sky. This philosophy was rooted in Japan's warrior culture, where Bushido and the samurai tradition celebrated glorious death over the shame of surrender. To die for the emperor, seen as a living god in state Shinto, was the ultimate demonstration of loyalty and honor. This ideology first manifested in the suicidal Banzai charges, infantry assaults designed to overwhelm the enemy. The most famous early example occurred in December 1941, during the Battle of Bataan, where Japanese soldiers charged American and Filipino lines shouting, "Tenoheika Banzai!" These desperate attacks served as both a psychological weapon and a reflection of a core cultural ethos: honor and duty over survival. By 1944, Japan faced an irreversible strategic collapse. Experienced pilots were decimated, aircraft were obsolete. Conventional warfare had failed. Out of this desperation, the military devised a radical ultimate weapon: men willing to die in the air. Captain Motoharu Okamura proposed crash dive attacks with volunteers, and 24 young men stepped forward, forming the first kamikaze unit. The mission was to buy time and inflict maximum damage no conventional bomb could achieve. To guarantee this catastrophic impact, the aircraft were stripped of weight, loaded with heavy bombs, and rigged for instantaneous detonation upon striking the target. The debut of this new weapon was terrifyingly successful. For the first time, suicide attacks were no longer isolated acts of desperation. They were a coordinated military strategy, deliberately unleashed against the American fleet at Leyte Gulf. On October 25th, a single Mitsubishi Zero plunged into the flight deck of the escort carrier USS St. Lo. The impact ignited fuel and armed aircraft, triggering massive explosions that sank the ship within an hour and killed over 100 Americans. From that moment on, every approaching aircraft became a potential death sentence, which had considerable psychological impact on American sailors. The Japanese named their strategy Kamikaze, Divine Wind, a reference to the storms that had saved Japan from a Mongol invasion centuries earlier. This time, however, the wind was made of flesh and steel. Over the course of the war, more than 300 kamikaze planes would strike Allied ships. The preparation of these pilots, many of them young men barely out of their teens, was a blend of ceremony and calculated coercion. They tied white hachimaki headbands with slogans like "Certain Victory," prayed at Shinto shrines, and performed ceremonial farewells, often drinking sake. To maintain their suicidal focus, many were administered strong stimulants, including methamphetamines. While genuine ideological fervor motivated some, many others were coerced through intense peer pressure, public shaming, or direct military orders. Though propaganda insisted otherwise, pilots were never welded into their cockpits. Those who failed to find a target or suffered mechanical failure could return to base. For the Allies, the psychological trauma was profound. Sailors faced not a combatant seeking to survive, but a human bomb intent only on death. Despite the devotion, these human sacrifices could not halt the Allied advance. Islands like Iwo Jima and Okinawa fell, yet the legacy of the kamikaze endures, a haunting, stark reminder of how ideology, desperation, and the culture of honor can drive men to acts of unimaginable sacrifice. Like, share, and subscribe for more history.